We'll be right back. Test. Oh. There it is. Yeah, I know. There's no... The Stream PC rebooted again. And Streamlabs doesn't know what's what. Every time. I don't understand why. One momento. We'll get the music. 3, 2, 1. Where is it? Do you guys hear it? It's coming. There it is. Oh, there it is. Yeah. Yeah. Whoa. I thought we were going to try sign language this stream, but apparently you guys don't want to do that. Welcome to the Build Show. I'm your host, Ben Estrino, over here at the Empower Gaming Studio, and today we are building another PC. If you haven't noticed, we're building a cool PC. What's up? What's up, Chris Kringle? Welcome back to the Build Show. Tim Selinsky, welcome back to the Build Show. Brody, what's up? Welcome back to the Build Show. And Wooshi, what's up? Welcome to the Build Show. And Agent Smith over on Twitch, welcome back to the Build Show, sir. Steve Anderson, welcome back to the Build Show. So I have another drive failing, so I bought a 4 terabyte. Yeah, I have my 512 kilobyte drive failing, so I'm going to buy a 4 terabyte. Steve, are you sure that's not just an excuse to upgrade to a 4 terabyte? Hey man, I have good news. I fixed my son's 2080 Super today. Nice. Well, so no more artifacting. Oh, that's cool. Was it just because of the heat? Doing good, thank you. Awesome. When you're gonna build some AM5 friendly budget PCs, Heart. I mean, the last couple of PCs were kind of budget friendly, AM5, unless you're talking like 8000 series that we go to, because that's like budget. Unless we do 7600. But I don't know, I'd have to think about that. I'd have to think about that, because it's hard to do a budget PC with AM5 in general. The only like good budget option that's out there is a 7600 bundle from Micro Center, which is a Ryzen 5 7600 with a single stick. And this is what sucks about the bundle: a single stick of 16 gigabyte G.Skill Flare X5. And I hate, if I'm building a PC, that's like the no-no. The no-no of PC building is building with a single stick, especially if you're going to game. It just, you leave so much performance on the table when you don't run it in dual channel, which is 2 sticks or more on the motherboard. So running a single stick, you lose the value of the bundle by buying another stick, and then it's no longer value to have 2 sticks there. It's like another $45 for another 16 gig DDR5, and you're now blown your value out of the water there just with that $50. So that's your like budget bundle for AM5 that you can find. I hate that Micro Center sells it with a single stick. It is so stupid. I wish they would just never do that again. Stop doing that. I know it's dumb. I think it's their way of trying to make it a budget friendly and then get you to buy that second stick so they make their money back. In a way, you know, they make a little bit of something. I don't know. I don't know if that's actually what Micro Center does, but it's dumb. I wouldn't even offer it. They're always there. They're never out of stock with those. Well, the light on the Samsung Drive was blinking red. Oh yeah, you told me that it was going out. Yeah. Well, that. I know. I was just joking. I'm joking. But no, that sucks. But I mean, you get a 4 terabyte drive out of it, I guess, right? Look on the bright side. Sucks that the Samsung Drive went. Did you ever upgrade the firmware on that Samsung Drive? Because I know those were a thing for a while. They had some firmware troubles. Dual channel is not that expensive. I know. as a last resort, I had to cook it in the oven at 375 for 10 minutes, rejoin the solder and the board, and it runs like new now. Wow. Definitely repaste, repad that sucker so that it stays cool, so it doesn't heat up to the point where it moves the solder on the balls, moves the ball solder again, because that's probably what happened. It's ball solder under the components on the board. That's how they solder those components, the core, the memory, and I think a couple other components, but those all get ball soldered to the board. And by you doing that, you were taking a chance of destroying it, but it sounds like it was dead anyway, so it sounds really stupid. Yeah, the bundle deal sounds stupid. The let's throw it in the oven last resort on a card that's losing its value and try to get it working, that was pretty ballsy. I think I've only ever done that once or twice. No, I'll take that. I did it twice, and it was a laptop. It was a dedicated laptop GPU, and it was on my Alienware laptop. And this stupid card would just, it would do the same thing that you had, which is artifacting. Like every month or so, I'd have to put it in the oven. So that card, and then I tried it on, I think it was a 1080 that I was having trouble with. I did not get the 1080 to work. That was a complete utter failure. But the laptop card, I just baked my video. I would make fun of it because I'd have to take my video card out of my laptop, which was actually relatively easy to access and take out, and bake it for like 5 minutes. So I'd make fun of, you know, the fact that I had to bake my graphics card in order to make it work on my laptop. It was funny. And usually, you know, graphics cards don't like heat. Weird how that worked. Yeah, only $30 more than the Samsung. I've never installed firmware on a drive. Yeah, Samsung had a couple of issues, I think, with their 990 Pros and their 980 Pros, if I'm not mistaken. And I think some of their older drives as well, they had, again, there's like 2 different waves of, you have to update this firmware or it burns itself out. Wooshi, thank you for subscribing. Appreciate that. How'd that work? Yeah. So when you put a component in the oven, when it's artifacting is like usually green lines on the screen. Usually means you have a graphics card issue or a connection issue between your graphics card and your monitor. But if you've already checked all that and you know it's your graphics card, and you've troubleshooted everything else, you basically, this is a last resort thing, and you don't have a warranty on your card. So definitely don't do this if you have a warranty on your card. But if it's out of warranty and you have nothing else better to do and there's nothing else you can do, you can take the card out and try to reflow it the oven method. It is dangerous to do for the card. Can get destroyed. So be careful if you ever do that. Hello. You're fine. Very nice. I took it to the PC shop where I live, and they didn't even open it up and charge me $20. Darn. I shouldn't have charged you anything if they didn't even do anything except for plug it in. I probably would have plugged it in here, saw the green light, the green lines, and would have told you, yeah, YOLO. But I probably wouldn't have charged you for taking a look at. I don't charge to look at stuff, so when people bring me stuff, they told me it was unfixable. Technically true, but technically not true. It's unfixable in their shop. Now you could take it to a specialist and they could take they would actually take the whole chip out and reball it, remove all the old solder and re-add new solder and re-add your core. There's a chance that it fails, but that's what a professional would do. But again, they would charge you probably like $200 to do that, just that job. And there's still a chance that it doesn't work. And then there's also, if it does work, there's still a good chance that it would come back later within a year or sooner. So it's never going to be perfect after it happens. So that's why you keep your graphics card cool. Best Buy charge is $175. Yuck. Tuna! What's up, Tuna? Welcome back to the Build Show. Better late than never, but I'm here. I thought you were commenting on how late I started tonight compared to all the other nights. So, this PC for Josh that we're going to be building tonight is actually going to spend its life in a garage environment as a golf simulator. So we don't need anything crazy. It's just powering a 1080p projector. So what we went with is a typical B550M Pro VDH, because we're trying to do this without spending a bazillion dollars, right? And we have a Ryzen 7 5700X that we went with. So 8 cores, 16 threads, probably more than enough CPU to run this this golf simulator that he has. I can't remember the exact one that he told me he was going to run, but we also have a terabyte of storage, so he can load up as many maps as he wants, or courses, should I say, that he wants on his golf course simulator. But it's the Team Group MP44L for the SSD, and then we have a 16 gig, or no, I'm sorry, we went with 32 gigs of DDR4 3200 G.Skill Ripjaws, the old school stuff. And then we have a Sagittap 650 watt power supply that's going to be cooling the system, or powering the system, and a Peerless Assassin 120 SE that will be cooling the CPU in black, no RGB. And then we have an RTX 4060 MSI Ventus, which is going to go good with the MSI motherboard. So we're going to be putting this into a Zalman. That's right. That's a name you probably haven't heard in a while. A Zalman i4, which is all mesh. The reason why we're going with a case like this is 1, airflow, 2, it's going to be in a garage environment, 3, it's going to be where they swing golf balls. So glass and golf balls don't really mix well. So I do like to advise people just to put it in this, and then they never have to worry about glass breaking for some odd reason. And I always yell at them because everybody that sets up a golf simulator has this weird addiction of just cramming the PC in a cabinet with no airflow. Don't do that. Do not do that. So as much airflow as possible in a case usually solves the problem. But don't put it in the cabinet still. Oh man, Zalman. It's been super long time since anyone brought that name up. Zalman. No, they have a really unique case that is all mesh. It's really cool, actually. And it's a use case case. It's a use case case. There's a use case for this case. I don't know if that made sense. Aim 4 for the win. There you go, Ant-Man. We got an Aim 4 build in for you. Does coolers the shape of a car tire wire fire? What? Some dumb idiot. I have no idea what you just asked. When we're gonna see some fish tank builds. Used case. It's a use case. Use case scenario. Case. Yeah. Okay, let's go ahead and get started with the build for Josh. Josh, I don't know if you made it in here or not. I know I notified you via chat. I know it was kind of late when I messaged you, but if you ever do get to catch this stream, this one's for you. Let's do it. So we're going to do the CPU, the CPU cooler, the SSD, the RAM, and then we just have a power supply, a case, and a graphics card. That's really it. It's a very simple build. So if anybody else was interested in doing something like this build, we came out just around $1,000 with these parts, all brand new. The 4060 was probably the most expensive in the build, plus our warranty, and service, etc. But I mean, if you're doing this yourself, you could probably save a little bit of money doing that, right? Building it yourself. But, he's getting the warranty and the service behind it. Which a lot of people, if they just want to golf and they don't want to tinker with a PC, works good. That's what we're here for. All right, so we've got our B550M Pro VDH. Go ahead and zoom in for you. I know Ant-Man likes to stare at AIM-4 CPUs. Nice up close and personal. So here we go. Anyone snag a 9070 XT? I did not get a 9070 XT. All the ones that I would have gotten, as Tat knows, was out of stock over at the Center of Micro, which is where I would have grabbed one. And I didn't really, that was the only reason I was kind of looking for one. So I wasn't like trying to grab one today. I'll grab one. But I've got way too many graphics cards. It sounds terrible. I don't have that many like awesome cards. I have a bunch of cards here, but I have too much inventory here as it is that I need to get rid of before I can start buying new inventory. And I don't know exactly how long I'm going to be down with the surgery coming up tomorrow. But here is our AM4 Ryzen 7 5700X going in. Onra, what's up, man? Now you're on Twitch. welcome to Twitch. Alright, so our RAM, which is going to be the G.Skill Ripjaws 5, it's DDR4, PC or DDR4, 3200 megahertz, CL16, 32 gigs total, 16 gigs per stick. We're going to be dropping that into slots A2 and B2, which is the end and the in-between. Yeah. Next up is our SSD, which is the 1 terabyte MP44 by Team Group. I already started opening it, but it's the MP44L. And for a disc golf, I'm sorry, not a disc golf. I don't know why I just said that. I do like to disc golf though. I haven't disked in a while. Sometimes YouTube, sometimes Twitch. Whichever floats the day along. Flavor. That's why I do it on all of them. But, yeah, you don't really need a ton of crazy storage. Golf simulators are not like Call of Duty. Unless you're downloading the 4K texture pack, then you might need additional storage. This will do really good for him. All right, next up, we're going to be installing our Fearless Assassin Tower air cooler. It's got a total of 6 heat pipes, 2 120 millimeter fans. It is a massive tower air cooler, and it's got actually really good TDP. So I know you guys were talking about this yesterday. Somebody was in the chat. but it is a $35 cooler compared to the next closest thing that probably performs the same, which would be like 60-ish dollars in the AIO department. So it's a very good value cooler that has really good ratings. And it will definitely handle this 5700X, no problem. Even if it was maxed, tagged at 100%, it would get the job done. I do like MSI motherboards. They are nice. Cat, my wife is making me fix her car sitting in the driveway now that I didn't spend the money on. I guess it is really is more important. I'm sorry, man. I don't know. I was watching the inventory this morning and it wasn't going anywhere. So it looks like everybody after work or got out of work early just shot over there and scooped them all up, and that kind of caught me by surprise. Most people over here in Michigan are all NVIDIA fanboys. Like the AMD stock usually on launches just sit. Nobody buys them all up like that. The only time it ever happened was like with the 5700. Damn it. The 5700 XT was, I think, the last time something like that happened with AMD, where on launch it was gone. And even so, I think there's still 9070s still left at Micro Center here. It's just the more expensive ones. Hi. Building? Streaming? Yeah. Well, that tube ran out real fast. Nobody saw that. Using this motherboard for my son's build in a few days. Nice. Yeah, it's a good board. Solid board. Has literally all the features that you need on a PC today. My go-to motherboard is a B550A Pro, my favorite motherboard. Yeah, I'd say the A5 Pro is a good board as well. I like the Pro VDH, specifically because it has built-in Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. And a lot of people that come into PC first time don't understand that most PCs, or a lot of PCs, don't include Wi-Fi. Now it's becoming more and more common, but a lot of people don't realize that. You know, not all PCs have Wi-Fi. The other thing on this board, specifically if you're building gaming PCs, is we have an addressable RGB header here at the top and an addressable RGB header down here at the bottom, which is, sorry, over here at the bottom. Right here, which is very convenient for RGB fans, which is why I like this board. The other version of this board, which is not the Pro VDH, but the VC, Pro VC or something like that, Pro Series, it's only got one addressable RGB header for the record. You know, I can zoom out since we're having issues with, where did my sometimes I lose track with what I'm talking about, sorry. I'm sorry, Pat, again. I feel bad that I didn't get there in time. But typically, those cards sit there. So I was pretty confident that I would be a badass, you know? Hey, what's up, Michael? Is this your first build tonight? Yes, this is build number 1. Jimmy the Jew from Philly. Hey, kids. Welcome back to the build show, both of you. Michael and Jimmy. This is the one and only build that we're going to be doing tonight. I'm not going to have a super long stream. I've got started kind of late, and this is the one build that I have to get done. So we're just going to tackle this one. Get her done. Tomorrow I have my surgery planned, so I'll be under some heavy meds. So if I could stand and I'm coherent to start the stream, I'll try to. I'm joking, of course. I probably will not do that. Let's see what a drugged up Ben would do while building a PC. There we go. And then we just got to plug the fans in here, which is a splitter on the CPU fan header. Then I'll zip tie this and probably just tuck it in onto there. Oops. Need more of these. And that one just broke. Move on to the next one. I do add Wi-Fi 6, but now Wi-Fi 7. Yes, those are great options as well. Just to add another card. The only place I saw with the 9070 XT lapse was Micro Center with in-store purchase only. Yes, you can only buy it in-store. Ask them to let you stream surgery. I don't think they'll let me do that. Hey, you guys, I'm here for my 12 p.m. surgery. I would like them to watch. They watch me do everything. This isn't OnlyFans, guys. Come on. All right, let's put the case on the table. Get to the next step. But you can see the whole side is all mesh. So the front is mesh, the top is mesh, the side is mesh, the bottom has some mesh, but it's a very mesh case. Does also have filters taped on here. You can take them out and clean them, I guess, if you needed. There's a filter. I mean, I've built in this before with you guys. This isn't my first time. It is an ATX mid-tower. Hey, what's up, Bazooka Bulldozers? Welcome back to the Build Show, sir. I have a 7900 XT, not really looking for a graphics card anyway. The 7900 XT does a great job, it does. Still a great card. Nothing wrong with running a previous gen or a couple of previous gens. For example, I'm still running a 3070 Ti and I'm still happy with it, so why bother? But at the moment I'm not happy with it though, then I'll go buy it. But I seem to like to wait until graphics cards are stupid expensive to then finally decide I want to upgrade my graphics card. For example, I think I spent $2,200 on to get my 3070 Ti when I bought it. And it wasn't for me originally, it was for a customer build. Because, you know, that's just how life was. And they ended up backing out of the build, and then I had this 3070, and then prices dropped, of course. So rather than trying to get rid of it, I just kept it. I kept my $100 3070. But that was during the mining days, when miners ruled the lands of the GPUs. Alright, we just have to configure the case up for micro ATX. It's all good, Ben. Not your fault. I really do appreciate you trying to help me, though. Yeah, no problem, man. Wish I would have gotten it, though. It would have been a lot cooler if I got it for you. Good card. I only need something good for video editing. Yeah. So now that the studs are in, we're just gonna screw the board down. This case also includes 6 120mm PWM. I think they're PWM, I'm pretty sure they are. Fans, which is really cool. It also has a GPU support bracket built in, which is what this funky bar is. Not that we'll need one for our GPU that we're building with today, but it is there. Oh, the other thing I like this board about, Steve, is it has a USB-C front header as well. Not all of the B550s have them. USB-C front panel header. I do like that. We're gonna need a bigger screwdriver for this, boys. There we go. Now we just plug in the front panel stuff, slap a graphics card in, do a little bit of cable management with the power supply. Call it a day. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Aha. Like, where is my fan? Should not be that difficult, but it was. And the rest of this stuff. Yeah, USB 3 there, C, front panel, audio. Case does not have USB-C, but it has an additional 2.0 header and an HD audio. Yeah, Vega getting up there now. Yeah, it's getting old. Vega's getting really old. I actually saw a Vega graphics card, I think for like $50. I think it was a Vega 64. Alright, graphics card time. Hey, what's up? Danger Zone PC Repair. PCs and repair. I'm here. Nice. An AIM-4 build. What's the CPU and GPU combo for this build? You can actually type in !build to the command to receive the specs that we're building with tonight, but it is a AM4 Ryzen 7 5700X with a Thermalright Peerless Assassin over top of it. Just a standard black. Thank you, Wallace, for the sub over there on YouTube. We have 32 gigs DDR4 3200, which is G.Skill Ripjaws 5. And then we have a terabyte M.2 NVMe SSD, which is the Team Group MP44. And then we also have a B550M Pro VDH motherboard in here. We are putting that in a Zalman. That's right. A name you probably have not heard. Been a long time. But a Zalman i4, the reason why is it's a all-mesh case. And the reason why we're going with an all-mesh case is it's going to be in a garage environment, and it's going to be used for a golf simulator. So it's going to be, golf balls are going to be flying around on it, around by it, and I don't know. Typically when I do my golf simulator PCs, I put them in this case. Number one, the airflow. Number two, doesn't have glass, and you can still see in it a little bit if you wanted to. There's no RGB lights. He didn't really care for that. He says he's not buying it for the looks. He's buying it for performance to display on a 1080p projector to run a specific golf simulator, which we have overachieved the requirements. So you should be running this for a long time. Very nice and good to know. Thank you, Onra. Yes, not a problem. But thank you for the sub, Wallace, over there on YouTube. Appreciate you. Let's go ahead and drop a graphics card in, and like I was saying, we can move on to the power supply, and then do some quick cable management, and we'll be able to fire this thing right up. No. No. I can't wait to get my new LTT store screwdriver. Man, and honestly, I miss building with it. I actually miss building with it. And I've totally misjudged that. Nice. Nice. Power supply time. The easy peasy builds. Card do I need to run 120 FPS at 4K? In a golf simulator, yeah, it doesn't take much to run 4K. But if you're talking about just specific games, maybe? What game are you thinking, Ant-Man? It's gonna be different for each title. Like Call of Duty, for example, gonna take a beefy card. Valorant, for the other hand, not going to take a beefy card. So it really depends on the title. AAA open world games, so like Elden Ring. Probably like a 4080 Super and up. Maybe. I don't know. What do you guys think? Onra. Do you think it's worth the money upgrading from a 79 GRE to the 9070 XT? I feel like you could see the 97 GRE around 450, 500 could, and buy the 9070 XT at 600. Could sell. That's a good question. I think you're in a situation where it's like, is it a good enough upgrade to make it worthwhile? I mean, any upgrade's worthwhile. So if the card's available and you're not overpaying, then I would say it makes sense to maybe flip the 7900 GRE and then pick up the 9070 XT. You know, that's the only time it's going to make sense. If it's overpriced, it won't make sense. But if it's like $100 difference and you get it, you know, percentages better, maybe do it. Yeah, and then FSR might be a little bit better. You know, there's going to be a little bit benefits there, but I don't think it's double-digit percentage differences between the two. Ricky, what's up, man? Welcome back to the Build Show. Yes, we are doing a 650 watt in this. This is probably never going to be upgraded. The complete purpose of this PC is to run one golf simulator, and that is it in 1080p. So it's never going to get an upgrade. And if it does, then my bad. But he was really adamant on wanting to keep it within a budget, so 4080 Super, 5070 Ti, 5080, 5090, 4090, 4070 Ti Super should do 4K. Oh yeah, the 4070 Ti Super. Yeah, I've seen those do it. And 4070 Ti's. They've done 4K. For example, one of my customers, one of the first 4070 Ti builds I did actually, he had me do a build with a bunch of I can't remember the exact, but I believe it was a jellyfish kind of looking etching on the glass. But that was a 4070 Ti, and he played Halo in 4K and loved it. So, and I know he had, I think he was achieving like 140 frames with some settings. 3080, Matt, what's up? Welcome to the Build Show, sir. I don't know what you mean by 3080 question mark. 3080, oh, are you asking 3080 for 4K? Maybe not. I don't think the 3080 could do 4K 120. Maybe it can, but if you're stretching it. Yes, the 4070 Ti is a powerful 4070 Ti and up are all powerful cards, so the 4070 Ti Super is a great card. Lower res like 1440p and 1080 is lower percentage at 4K. Wait, 9070 XT is about 40% faster than the GRE. Really? I didn't think it was that much. Again, I haven't really done a ton of research on these cards yet for the 9070. Yeah, thank you. Nice show. Thank you. Hang out some more. Let me finish putting this power supply in, guys. Then we can flip this over and do some cable management. That's with FSR, gotcha. That makes sense. I mean, that I can believe. The frame generation is what's going to win on the 9070 XT versus the 7900 GRE. Of course it will. It's a newer generation. It's got all the new toys and gizmos and things. There's that guy. There's this guy. And then we're routing that guy. We routed all of our power cables that we needed, so we'll flip it back over and plug everything in. Slap a zip tie on this so it doesn't go anywhere. And we just got the EPS cable to do. There we are. Everything's plugged in and ready to go. We just have to do some cable management. Hey, Ozzy. Oh, thanks for stopping in over on the Twitch. The PC that I fixed for you during the summer has been working great. Thank you. You're welcome, sir. The 16 gigabyte VRAM really helps with running 4K. Yeah, the VRAM really helps. It does. Because they're just massive textures. All those extra pixels it has to fill means bigger textures, which means more VRAM needed. I want a RX 9070. It just sucks that Micro Center Santa Clara is not open yet. Oh, dang. That's that new one. And online, it's been a shit show. I'm sorry, man. Nice. I'm getting motivated. So the 9070, or I'm sorry, the Micro Center that I have here, the inventory lasted actually most of the day, as Tat saw. Most of the day. So you probably would have been able to get one, at least over here in Michigan. So we're up here in Michigan, so it's the Madison Heights Micro Center, also Madison Heights, Michigan, which is about 30 minutes from me. They had those cards pretty much most of the day, and I think they even still have some of the higher end ones that are more expensive that nobody wants to buy. They want the cheaper ones. Don't blame them. But yeah. So I'm probably just gonna run this with all one. All for one. And one for all. The only person that's probably ever going to be back in here is going to be me. That's going to be to fix something or maybe to upgrade something in the future. There we have it. I just want a little, some online stores still have them, but it's the 800 plus ones. Yeah, not worth that much to me. I hear you. Just wait a little, guys. For sure, you will find one with a fair price. Yes, I agree with you, Onra. Mike, welcome to the build show, sir, or welcome back. What's the build tonight? I came in late. Sounds like a 9070. What processor? It is not a 9070. I'm sorry, we were talking about those. But if you type in !build and hit enter in the chat, it'll spit out the specs that we're building with tonight. But it is a Ryzen 7 5700X AIM-4 build. And we have a Thermalright Peerless Assassin on top with 32 gigs of DDR4, 3200 CL16 RAM, which is G-Skill, drawing a blank, JAWS 5. And then we have a Team Group 1TB MP44L, which is a Gen 4 SSD, PCIe 4.0. We have an RTX 4060, 8 gig, PCIe 4.0 graphics card, which is the MSI Ventus on an MSI B550M Pro VDH motherboard. And then we have the Zelman i4 case with a Sedrotep 650 watt power supply. That's the build. It's a golf simulator is what it's going to be. So that's why we chose this case. Which I need to put the back panel on for Josh. I think he would like that. So he doesn't have to look at all that. The PS2 sold over 150 million units, still stands as the best-selling console of all time. That is because you're coming from the PlayStation and the Nintendo 64, and the PlayStation 2 was like this unbelievably advanced in a gaming console. It was a great console. I agree with that. So the side panel is all mesh. So full mesh side panel. So it literally looks like a box. But for the build stream, we'll keep the side panel off to finish it up. Do 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 do. Am I the only builder that fills these holes on PCs that don't have onboard video? To make sure they don't be used, the video ports. Yeah, coil packs are still expensive though. Very nice, great system. 5700X3D weld down. I'm 5800X. 6800 purchased early run end 2022 on 10-year life aim. Nice. I mean, that system will run for a while. AM4 is such a powerful platform. Let me get a light so we can see it. You guys ready to see this thing fired up? Not that we can see much, but here we go. 3, 2, 1. I don't know if Josh is in here. I haven't seen him. Let's go. Some life. Ah, there's our white light. The wonderful white post light to the BIOS. 5700X 3D increases in supply 43%. 1.18 and 5700X plus 33%. That us some used but quickly skewing to secondary. Nice. Hey, thank you for the follow. The Dragon Station. Welcome to the build show. No RGB on this build. No sincere. There is absolutely no RGB. So Josh wanted a PC for his golf simulator. He didn't care what it looked like. And I said, I will build the most ethical performance PC for the budget that he provided. So this is what we got. I have World Channel supply data on Vimir today. Nice. Yeah. Well, I don't know. Yep, UB. I was just thinking how we could have implemented RGB in here. Could have just gotten the RGB cooler. I would have added a little bit of flare. I could always add an RGB strip. Wonder what that would look like. I don't know if I have any strips available. Just for S's and G's. Let's see what it looks like. LOL, this is Chris Kringle on my gaming channel. Oh, nice. Well, welcome back on the Twitch side of things. All right, this is just for S's and G's. Do. Ooh, RGB strip. I don't know if that feeds off enough light to really do any justice. Kind of looks retarded. He's trying to add some flair. Wonder what it looks like with the mesh. You can't see it with the camera, but without the camera, when I'm looking at it, it actually looks pretty cool through the mesh. Like, it's hard to see with the camera, but in person it looks like there's a faint glow of RGB in there. Looks kind of cool. You're known as the Mad Dragon, or the Dragon for short. Or Dragon. Gotcha. Well, thank you for joining the Mad Dragon. Caution tape. Yeah, that's definitely something we should be doing right now. Welcome back to the Build Show. Mike Thompson. Furball. What do you guys think? Worth it? Keep it? It's going to have that side panel on, so it looks a lot better with the side panel on. Has like a faint glow kind of through the mesh, which is kind of cool. You can't really see where the diffuser is. Kind of a cool look. On primary, AMD flooded the channel with R7K and R9K. No 3D in the last 60 days. Darn. Ryzen 7. Ryzen 9. Chris Kringle, or less, I'm here, then it's Sir Chris. Got it. Josh, yay, I'm here. Welcome to the Build Show. Finally, Josh, you missed it. We did power this on. I was just trying to flare it up a little bit because it's just a black build, right? So you really can't see much. So I added a little bit of RGB to it. When you put the mesh panel on, it's going to have a nice little glow to it. Hard to see through the mesh with the camera, but in person it actually looks pretty cool. There's your build. You just can't see it because of the lighting. It's running right now. So we've already got it built. We just have to do Windows, and then we can do drivers, BIOS, then it's going to be pretty much ready to go after testing. Thanks, appreciate it. It will work awesome for its needs. I watched the whole thing. Thanks. Awesome. I'm glad you came and joined us. We're just wrapping up. So, well, there you guys have it. Josh made it to his made it in here to chat with us, and we've got his build completed, and we are looking forward to getting this finished so he could start practicing his swing to get an early head start to practice for summer rounds here in Michigan, right? All right, yeah, thanks, Tat. You have a good night as well. Steve, another build tonight? No, this is the only build we're doing tonight, unfortunately. My time has come. It is time to go get that surgery done tomorrow. It's an outpatient surgery. Don't worry, Josh. I'll be back here at it on Saturday. Matt, amazing. Thank you. Not a looker, but it's definitely a thinker. Thank you for your hope. Thank you. Yep, no problem. Hope things go well for you tomorrow. Thank you, Sir Chris Kringle. I appreciate it. We are hoping for the best. So I'm not down for too long. All right, guys. Thank you again, everybody. We'll see you on the next one, which is probably going to be Monday or Tuesday. If anybody does need anything in between, you're always welcome to reach out to me on Discord or Facebook or X or wherever you want to hang out and chat. If you need anything, feel free to reach out. Have a good weekend, guys. We'll see you on the flip side of the weekend, the weekdays. See you guys.